Absolutely non-existent. We massively missed Calvin Phillips yesterday. Of course we did. But I think the worrying factor of it for me is we can't always rely on Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips is absolutely essential to how Leeds United play. He's it's like someone like Virgil van Dijk with Liverpool. They need that player in there. And Calvin is that for us, for our system to work, for our switch to work, for our quick passing, for the tempo to work. It's all dictated by that one man, Calvin Phillips. But there is such a reliance on him. There could be another bout where he's out with injuries this year. And this is the point when we talk about transfers, when we talk about a 6 or an 8 coming in, it's how threadbare Leeds United are if a Calvin Phillips goes out, because you've seen when he's out of this side, the whole dimension changes. And this is what makes me, I'm incredulous with some Leeds fans online who say it's fine, because with a fully fit squad, it's fine, but it's square pegs in round holes every single time. When Calvin's out, and we've got let's say a fully fit squad, what happens? Does Robin Koch have to go in defensive midfield, even though he's a centre-back? Does Llorente have to go in defensive midfield, even though he's a centre-back? Does Struijk have to go in defensive midfield because he's a centre-back? Does Click have to go from an 8 into a 6? It shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be the case. Leeds United should have players certified for that position. Versatility only gets you so far. It was brilliant in the Championship. It's been brilliant so far, but teams in the Premier League are ruthless, absolutely ruthless. And, these experiments, we don't know what's going to go on in the second half of the season. I actually think, weirdly enough, with some of our main players, you look at Bamford, you look at Phillips, you look at Ayling, we've actually been quite lucky with injuries, weirdly enough. And I know we've had Koch and Llorente out for, they barely even made appearances really on the whole. But, you look at the squad and we've actually had players like Rafinha available quite regularly. Rodrigo, I know he had that COVID bout, but he's been available readily. What happens in the second half of the season if Calvin picks up an injury, if Bamford picks up an injury, then what happens? And this is where I think there has to be investment in the squad. I'm not talking 8 or 9 different players, but for me in the summer, there needs to be an experienced goalkeeper. There needs to be a left back. There needs to be a central midfielder, and there needs to be a striker. But what can we do right now to counteract that? We can get a central midfielder. We can get a 6. We can get an 8. You get an Andrea Radrizzani last night liking tweets about people saying to him, we should go out and get Rodrigo de Paul. What's all that about? And obviously the fans are going to jump on that.